So write down hi in the chat box if I am audible, if I am visible, so that I get to know I'm live to you people. Great. Live to you people. Okay. Fine. Just a minute. Okay, so welcome all of you guys again in the session of the mathematics Vedantu Commerce channel name and सभी को मेरा प्रणाम, नमस्कार, सलाम, आदाब, सत श्री अकाल। तो आज हम लोग बेटा एक नया जस्ट गिव मी मिनट। तो आज हम लोग एक नया चैप्टर करने वाले हैं विच इज पैराबोला एंड वी विल कंप्लीट इट इन जस्ट 1 आवर। 1 घंटे में खत्म करेंगे। तो फटाफट से हाई लिख दो जितने भी लोग सेशन के अंदर हैं, सो दैट आई गेट टू नो हु इज प्रेजेंट इन दिस सेशन। राइट डाउन हाई। Okay, great. Now good to go. See, first of all, in this session, we will understand what is the meaning of the parabola. How? See, parabola is just a path, like circle is a path, straight line is a path. Okay? But this path will follow some condition that we have to maintain. By maintaining that condition, we will derive an equation. Now, understand the meaning, different things. There is some condition. Condition for what? There is some condition. Condition for what? Condition for moving a point along a path. So we will draw a path with some condition. What is path? Path is generally moving. Path is traced by a moving point. Traced. What is the meaning of traced? Traced by a moving point. So trace का मतलब होता है बेटा that if you will go along a path, you will leave some mark over there, and that mark is the point. So when we will connect all the dots, we will create a path. Okay. Now the thing is, what is the condition? And after following the condition, we will have an equation. This is how we will convert our real life situation. Applying the condition, we will have a mathematical equation. In this session, we will cover all these things. Second thing that we are going to cover in this session is 10 questions regarding the parabola. What is in your syllabus? In your syllabus, we are having standard equation of parabola. Fine. So we are just having standard equation of parabola, standard equation of ellipse, standard equation of hyperbola, standard equation of the circle. So we will read only the standard equation in the conic section. Fine. In the middle of this, we will also recall the thing that Vedantu Commerce have launched a course. So you will get to know what exactly you are going to have after reading the whole topic. I hope, and the next but not the least, from now on guys, you will start reading also answer writing practice. Answer writing practice. What does it mean? From now on guys, in the YouTube session, we will solve each and every question in exactly same manner how we will solve in the examination. तो जैसे हम एग्जाम में सॉल्व करने वाले हैं उसी पैटर्न में हम लोग यहां YouTube पर सॉल्व करेंगे एंड दिस इज हाउ योर ऑल द ऑब्जेक्टिव विल बी कवर्ड. ओके, your all the objective means what do you want in the examination, how you will score maximum in the examination with just one single topic. So without any delay, let's start. And before we proceed, just a simple thing as a real life thing where you have seen a parabola. कहां कहां देखा है बेटा? अब मैं आपको एग्जांपल दूंगा. This is you, okay, and this is your friend. Your friend has asked you, for example, anything. He is eating something or he is having some keys. Okay, he is having some keys or a key of a bike. Okay, your friends want a bike and your friend want the keys of that bike. So what you will do? You will throw the key and that key will follow the path of the parabola. तो आप जिंदगी में जो भी फेंकते हो बेटा, whatever you will throw in your life, horizontally, मतलब इस डायरेक्शन में, ऐसे नहीं, you will not throw vertically, throwing horizontally, okay, and throwing vertically. Vertically will follow a path like this. But when you will throw in your life something horizontally, it will make a path which is known as parabola. I hope next time when you will throw anything, notice this particular thing, whatever you are throwing in your life, it is a parabola. I hope this point is clear. Now next point, which is more related to your examination, and is this point. We will have two kinds of equation in the parabola, though we can say four, but most precisely we will call them two kinds of parabola that you will having. One, you will have two kinds of parabola in the standard form. Two kinds of parabola in the standard form we will have it. In the standard form. What is the meaning of a standard form? That we will understand later. As of now, I will just show you what exactly we are going to deal with. One is this parabola, which is having the opening in the direction of the x-axis. So you can also have this kind of parabola. A parabola which is having opening towards the x-axis, either positive or in the negative direction. Second kind of parabola is having the opening in the direction of y-axis, either positive, either negative. This is why we call it as four kinds of parabola, but for me and for you, you will just remember two kinds of parabola. Okay, but before we proceed, let's learn what exactly is the condition while we draw this kind of path. So condition of parabola that we will read over here. So this is the condition of our parabola. Now see, we will discuss in this 1 hour exactly what is meant for the examination. हम लोग इधर उधर की theory बिल्कुल नहीं पढ़ेंगे. We will not focus on the theory part which is not related to your examination. But this condition is very, very useful because examiner can change the equation from the standard to a basic one, and the examiner can ask you a general equation of a parabola, and this is why we need to understand what exactly and how exactly we will draw a parabola. The condition of parabola is, we will have first thing, let's have some ingredients. थोड़ा सा ingredient mix करेंगे. The first ingredient is the fixed line. We will have a fixed line in the condition, and second thing that we will have here over here is fixed point. So we will have, before we draw a parabola, we will have a fixed line and a fixed point. We call this fixed line as directrix. Okay, and the second thing that we call as fixed point is focus. Fine. So fixed line is known as directrix and fixed point is known as focus. Now let's call it this is a line, let's call it D, and let's call it F. And the third thing that we obviously will have is a variable point, and this variable point, when we'll move along a path, keeping the condition, I have not set the condition yet, keeping the condition will form a parabola. So we will have a variable point, let's call it P, and the coordinates of the P is x comma y. A variable point will have two coordinates, x coordinate and the y coordinate. Fine. And now condition is the distance between point P, variable point P, from the focus is PF, and that must be equal to P, that must be equal to PD. What is the PD? PD is the perpendicular distance of point P from straight line D. Fine. And this is the distance between point P and F. I hope this is clear. Fatapat say, write down in the chat section, is it clear whatever I have explained till now? So Shashwat Jain, this is a topic of the parabola 11th standard. Fine. Clear? कोई बात नहीं बेटा, कोई बात नहीं, बाय मिस्टेकन हो गया होगा, वी विल मेक इट करेक्ट. समझ में आया? So this is the session of the 11th standard, but if you are in the 12th, I think you should join, but if you are in the 11th, you should definitely join, and in the 12th standard you might come across some equation. So if you are having 1 hour, if you want to learn, you can learn. Now this is the condition, and let me draw this particular thing. Let me draw this particular thing, and there is one more thing which is axis of the parabola that we will discuss later. As of now, what do we have? A straight line, a line which is directrix, and in the standard form we will assume it as x equals to minus a. This is an equation of a directrix. Guys, whenever we will draw a line perpendicular to the x-axis or parallel to the y-axis, we will have it in the form of x equals to some constant number, because throughout this line x will remain constant. Fine. Now next that we will have is a constant number, that fixed point. Let's call this fixed point as f a comma 0, and now let's call this point p. Okay, and we will calculate this particular thing over here. So I'm talking about this distance, perpendicular distance, and I'm talking about this distance which is pf, and this point is x comma 0. Now before we proceed more, I want to ask you a basic question. What is the meaning of the coordinate? Okay, so we will understand the meaning of the coordinate, and this will help you in your whole conic section for sure. See, whenever we are having coordinate x comma y, this means that this point P is at the perpendicular distance of x from the y-axis and is at a perpendicular distance from the x-axis y distance. So I repeat again, if a point is having x comma y coordinate, this point P will be at the perpendicular distance of x from the y-axis and will be at the perpendicular distance of y units from the x-axis. Now this is a line which is parallel to y-axis, and this distance is mentioned over here, which says that this line is x units away from the y-axis in the negative direction. So we can say the distance between the point, and now this is the conclusion part. In the standard form, the distance between a point and the directrix will always be equals to x plus a, and I am writing this conclusion over here, that distance, and you will remember this particular thing because in the objective questions you can have such kind of basic concepts. So this is your one of the question, that distance between point P and directrix x equals to minus a will always be equals to x plus a, and this will be your answer. Fine. And now we will calculate the distance between 2 points. Distance between 2 points you all know. Distance between P and F will be equals to distance between 2 points. This is x comma y, and focus will be constant fixed point, which is this. So x minus a whole square plus y minus 0 whole square. This is the distance. And now guys, we will maintain the condition. What is the condition? PD is equals to PF. PDF. This distance is x plus a, and this distance do not forget to use the modulus sign. Why? Because x can be negative, so this is why. And what is the PF? PF is under root x plus x minus a whole square plus y square. And now guys, I will not waste any time to solve this particular equation. You will do it by yourself, but after solving this equation guys, you will have the standard form of the parabola, which is y square equals to 4ax. But examiner can change, examiner can say that this is not directrix, it can be any other thing. Fine. So we will be ready for this, and finally when you will draw the equation of the parabola, it will be this, and this is the vertex. So I am writing each and everything over here. In case of y square equals to 4ax, what you need to know, you will have two kind of equation. One is y square equal to 4ax, and you need to know the basic following points. The first point is, what is the focus? Focus in this case is a comma 0. Okay, if a is negative, the focus will be on if a is greater than 0, you will have this kind of parabola, and when a is less than 0, you will have this kind of parabola. As simple as that. Fine. And now we will talk about the focus and the directrix. So there is some food is being cooked, and this is why I am having some throat issues as of now. Anyways, now what is focus? Focus is a fixed point. That's clear. And if you will have a greater than 0, the mouth opening is toward positive direction of the x-axis. If a is less than 0, you will have mouth opening toward the negative x-axis. Fine. Now second point is the equation of the directrix. I am writing over here, equation of directrix. And this, what is directrix? Directrix is a fixed line. This is a fixed line. And the equation of fixed line will be x equals to minus a. If a is negative, minus a will become positive, and you will have the equation of directrix when a less than 0 in the positive x direction, and when a is greater than 0, minus a will be less than. So this will be the equation of the directrix. Third point that you need to know, that there is a line called as axis, which we call as axis of parabola. What is the quality of the axis of parabola? That along it is a symmetric. Okay, along it we are having the symmetry. Just a minute. Along it we will have a symmetry. यहां पर आपको क्या मिलेगा? सिमेट्री मिलेगा. ठीक है. सिमेट्री का मतलब क्या होता है? इट विल बी सेम just above this equation, just above this line, and it will be same as just below of this line. We can say mirror image. It is, you can say mirror image, water image. You can write down over, along it we will have a water image. बात समझ में आई? जैसे आप पानी के आसपास खड़े हो जाओ, जितना ऊपर उतना नीचे. Same thing over here. We will have a water image along this axis, and this is y equals to 0, or we can say x-axis. So your x-axis will be the axis of the parabola, and along the axis of the parabola is symmetric, or you can say that we will have a water image. So better term we will write down symmetric. ठीक है, ये हमने यहां पर लिख दिया. 3 पॉइंट अभी तक हमने पढ़ लिए. अगला पॉइंट जो हम पढ़ने वाले हैं, दिस पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट इज वर्टेक्स. व्हाट इज वर्टेक्स? सबसे पहले समझेंगे. वर्टेक्स इज द मिड पॉइंट. This is the midpoint of focus. This, और ये सारी बातें बेटा याद रखना है आपको. ठीक है, the midpoint of focus and a point which is intersection of directrix and axis of the parabola. I will show you a diagram, and then you will understand what exactly it is. And this point is 0, 0. Now when you will draw the diagram, देखो diagram draw करते हैं. This is the equation of directrix. This is the equation. This is the path traced by parabola, and this point is f a, 0. Now this particular point is the intersection of the directrix and the axis of the parabola, and they are perpendicular. They are perpendicular to each other. The equation of the directrix and the axis of the parabola will always be perpendicular to each other, and this particular point is minus a, 0, and this is your vertex, which is 0, 0. This is all you need to know in case of parabola. Fine. And the second equation, the second is x square is equals to 4ay. Now if a is greater than 0, you will draw a parabola something like this. If a is less than 0, you will draw a parabola like this. Fine. And if a is greater than 0, this is the equation of the directrix, y equals to minus a. And this is again y equals to minus a. Equation will remain same. So focus in this case, x square equal to 4ay. Focus is 0 comma minus a. Equation of the directrix is y equals to minus a. Vertex is 0 comma 0 again, because again this point is 0 comma 0. This point is 0 comma a. Focus is 0 comma a. Okay? Focus is 0 comma a. Directrix is y equal to minus a. Vertex is 0 comma a. And the axis of the parabola is y axis, or you will say the line x equals to 0. Fine. And now just a quick comparison between both. We are having one is this, another one is this, x square equal to 4ay and y square equal to 4ax. The first point where we will have a difference is this particular point. The focus over here is a comma 0. Focus over here is 0 comma a. Axis over here is x axis. Axis over here is y axis. Vertex in both the case is 0 comma 0. Vertex in both the cases 0 comma 0. Equation of directrix over here is x equals to minus a, and over here is y equals to minus a. Fine. And there is one more thing that we need to know is the length of the lattice rectum, and I will explain you over here. It will be 4a. It will be 4a in this case. So it will remain same in both the cases. L equals to 4a. What is lattice rectum? That we will understand in the next slide. And after this we will do 10 quick questions that you need to know before your exam. So beta, it's been 22 minutes, and the last 20 minutes we are just revising all the basic concepts that you need to know. Now lattice rectum. What is lattice rectum? First we will understand. See, why we are reading the definition of it, why we are not directly remembering all the formulas. We are reading the definition because if vertex will change, if the parabola will change, if the focus will change, you know the basic definition and you can calculate each and everything. Lattice rectum is basically a line segment. Why I am not using the line word? Because when I say line, line is having the infinite length, but the line segment is having the finite length. This is the basic difference that you need to know. That means lattice rectum will definitely have a length. Line segments which passes through फोकस, एक ऐसी लाइन जो फोकस से पास होती है, बट अ नॉर्मल लाइन, a line which generally passes through focus, we call it as focal chord. So we can say lattice rectum is a special focal chord. Why special? Because of the following condition. A line which passes through focus is a focus chord. We cannot call it as lattice rectum. But if it is perpendicular to axis of parabola, if it is perpendicular to axis of parabola, now you can say lattice rectum. But there is one more condition. End points are on parabola. अब हम दोनों ग्राफ को कवर करेंगे, and through this we will understand what is the length of this. So this is a line which passes through a comma 0 and perpendicular to, now listen carefully guys, this line is perpendicular to x axis. And at the very beginning, while I was mentioning the equation of directrix, I have said you something. If a line is parallel to x axis, it will be of the form of x equal to something. And since this line passes through a comma 0, the equation of this line is x equal to a. What does it mean? That everywhere on this line you will have the x coordinate as a. समझ में आई बात? If a line is perpendicular to x axis, everywhere on this line you will have the same x coordinate, which is a for the lattice rectum. And the second thing is, what is the y coordinate? Let's calculate. Y square equals to 4ax, X coordinate is a, so put over here y square equal to 4a square, and from here you will have plus minus 2a. So this is 2a and this is minus 2a. Okay, let me write it down again. This point is a comma, so somebody can also ask you what are the end point of the lattice rectum. For sure CBSE do these kind, or any other board, not just CBSE, any other board will do such kind of thing. A comma minus 2a. Now what is the meaning of the coordinate? We also have, देखो बेटा, हर एक point, every single point which I am telling you is having some importance. What is the meaning of the coordinate? The meaning of coordinate is this distance is a, okay, and this distance is 2a. What is the meaning of the coordinate? That x comma y means that the point is at a perpendicular distance of x from the y-axis and at a perpendicular distance of y from the x-axis. So this distance is also 2a. So total length of the lattice rectum, I am writing some basic features of the lattice rectum. पहली चीज, the length of lattice rectum that you need to know. Okay, it will be 4a for both kind of parabola. It will be same for both kind of parabolas, but endpoints will change. Endpoints in case of y square equal to 4x will be a comma plus minus 2a. Fine. But in case of, this is in case of y square equals to 4ax. But in case of x square equal to 4ay, you will have plus minus 2a comma a. And this is for the case of x square equal to 4ay. And now guys, you can solve each and every equation of the parabola. Okay? Now let's start solving the question exactly on the same pattern as of जैसा हमारा एग्जाम में आता है. ठीक है? Now before we proceed further, let me just introduce again to all you people. If you want to learn each and everything in detail, and if you want to solve some more questions, you are having pro subscription plan of the Vedantu, and you will have 5,000 hours. ठीक है? आराम से पढ़ो. You can solve 10,000 plus questions. You can do as many questions as you want, and you can increase the confidence in the particular subject. You can review your performance in every parameter with respect to your mistake, with respect to your, you want to increase the speed, you want to eliminate your errors, many such things. Okay, so your faculties will help you in every possible manner. You can have your faculties of your choice. You can change your faculties at any point of time. There is no constraint over here. You can choose your schedule according to your need, according to your pace. You can choose your faculty, you can choose your language. So it's all freedom to you people. You can choose and you can make a package to according to yourself. You will surely have a micro course for revision and a crash course just before the examination, and we are having approximately 3 more months before we go, and this is why Vedantu have launched a 3-month plan. You can also go for 1 month, but I will recommend you to go for 3 month. Why? Because 3-month plan will give you a real progress. हो सकता है 1 महीने के बाद आपका मन ना करे, हो सकता है आपका मन करे, लेकिन definitely after 3 months, if you will join this, you will have a short of increment in your marks. Okay, you will take the screenshot of this slide so that you will have the knowledge of what is the pricing, and you can have all this by applying the code ADAPRO. AD for Aditya, A for Arya, and PRO for Pro. I hope this is clear. Now 20% off after you applying this question. And before we go ahead, you guys will do this question by yourself. I am giving you 1 minute, and after 1 minute you will write down all the answers, and then we will have a discussion. Just give me a minute, I will be back and you will do this question. Okay, करिए आप लोग. Okay guys, Now you guys will do so. Anybody have the answer? Anybody have the answer for this question? Not yet now, but let's do how you will do such kind of question. You have been asked. Now suppose this question has been asked in your examination. Question number 1. Okay, y square equal to 12x. Let me write down over here. Y square is equals to 12x. Now what we need to find out? Coordinates of the focus. Now you will see what problem I am occurring right now. I have to read the question and then I have to write down each and everything. Your examiner should not face such kind of problem. So you will facilitate examiner with the whole question by writing it in the summarized form. This is the first point, to write down any answer in your exam. So you will write down in such a way. First of all, you will write down what is given. So it is given that, in this manner you will write down the answer. Given that and what is given in the question? Y square equals to 12x. And what we need to find out? To find, you will write down over here, to find what we need to find? Coordinates of the focus. You will write down over there coordinates of the focus, axis of the parabola. You will write down focus, axis of parabola. Okay, and what else we need to know? Equation of directrix and the length of lattice rectum. You will write down equation of directrix, and you will write down length of lattice rectum. You will write down, you will not write down the short form like I am doing. I am doing it just because we can save time. Now after writing this information, that you will say over here, as we know that, you will let him know or let her know, what do you know? As we know that, and what do you know? That our equation of the parabola is of the form y square 4ax. And for this you will write down all the parameters. As we know that for y square equals to 4ax, you will explain this way. That focus, and you will draw a short simple diagram. Focus over here is a comma 0. Directrix, equation of directrix is double semicolon, because this is not equal to, this is, you are saying what is the directrix? Its equation x equals to minus a. Fine. And you will write down the axis of parabola. You will write down complete, which is you will write down y equals to 0, and length of the lattice rectum you will write down it as 4a. So what you will write down? Compare standard form of parabola, and you will write down what exactly you are taking a step. Compare standard form of parabola with given equation, with given equation. So what you will do, that y square equal to 4x and y square equal to 12x, and you can compare from here that, and you will mention what you are comparing. Okay, you will compare that 4a equal to 12, and from here a is equal to 3, and box it because you want to focus this particular point, a equal to 0. So therefore focus is a comma 0 is equals to 3 comma 0. This is your focus. Equation of the directrix over here is x equals to minus a, and over here you will mention over here that x equals to minus 3. I'm sorry, x equals to minus 3. Your axis of the parabola is y equals to 0, and you will mention what exactly it is, x axis. And similarly you will write down somewhere over just below of this that length of the lattice rectum is equal to 4a is equal to 4 into 3 is equal to 12. Not just write down 12, you will write down over here 12 units. ये आपको लिखना पड़ेगा 4a units, because length will have unit. I hope it is clear in what form you will write down simplest question in your examination. You cannot do directly because examiner is just waiting टू कट डिडक्ट योर मार्क्स। ठीक है, अगला क्वेश्चन क्या है, यहां पर अब मैं डायरेक्टली लिखने की कोशिश करूंगा, लेकिन एक और बार अगले क्वेश्चन से मैं डायरेक्टली लिखूंगा फिलहाल के लिए। गिवन दैट व्हाट इज गिवन, एक्स स्क्वायर इज इक्वल्स टू 6y। फाइन, x square, what we need to find out, you will write down what we need to find out. I am just writing the short form: focus, directrix, axis and lattice, rectum. Okay, now what do we know? As we know sorry, as we know that, what do we know? As we know that x square is equals to 4ay is the standard form of the parabola. You will write down over here, standard form of parabola. Sorry, ठीक है, ये आपका स्टैंडर्ड फॉर्म ऑफ पैराबोला हो गया। एंड नाउ यू कैन डायरेक्टली कंपेयर, on comparing the equation we will have 4a equals to 6 and a is equals to 6 by 4 and you can say a is equals to 3 by 2. यहां से आ गया। and again we will write down, if you wanted to have the different form of writing the answer, again you can write down as we know that for x square equals to 4ay, focus is 0 comma a and this is equal to 0 comma 3 by 2 since you have calculated that a is equals to 3 by 2. This is another form of writing the answer. You can say the equation of directrix is y equals to minus a. So for here you can write down y equals to minus 3 by 2 and your every single answer is for x square equals to 6y because इसी के लिए आपने लिखा है a equal to 3 by 2. And now what is the vertices? Vertices 0 comma 0. I think it has not been asked. Axis of parabola is obviously x equal to 0 or you will write down y axis in the standard form and the length of the lattice rectum is 4a units and you will write down 4 into 3 by 2 is equals to, you will have 6 units as your answer. Is it clear? Now it's a time of observation, a minor observation, that length of lattice rectum is, if you want to directly calculate for objective question, is basically coordinate coefficient of linear variable. So in case of x square equal to 4ay, coefficient of the linear variable, this is linear, this is binomial, okay, linear variable is 4a and y square equal to 4x. ये क्या है? Coefficient of the x. Fine. And now you will do the next question. Now there are two more questions and this will be your homework. You will write down your answers in the chat box or in the chat section. That y square equal to minus 8x and x square equal to minus 16y. Now next thing, if it is given already, what is the focus and how we will calculate the line? And similar way we will write down what is given. It is given that focus is 6 comma 0. It is already given. What else is given? The equation of the directrix is x equals to minus 6. Okay, so you will mention what is f is the focus. You will write down, given that focus is 6 comma 0 and the equation of directrix, I am just writing the short form, it is given as x equals to minus 6. And now what we need to find out? To find out the equation of the parabola. To find out equation of parabola. This is what we need to find out. Now guys, if question is of 1 of 2 marks, okay, or this question can be of the 5 marks also, but whatever it is, you will draw the figure for sure. आपको figure बनाना है, ये मान के चलिए. So this line is x equals to minus 6 and this point is f equals to 6 comma 0 and this is some point that we want to calculate the path of its. Okay, so what exactly it will be? What is the standard form in such a case? You will write down. Okay, or what you can do is do same thing. You can mention that this is x, this length is 6 Okay, so you can say that the condition of parabola is a variable point is having the same distance from the fixed line and from the fixed point. Okay, so you can say that x plus 6 is equals to, and I think that you should go by this method, is under root plus y minus 0 whole square. Even if this question is of 2 marks, you should go by this method, and you will mention over here what is this. This is the perpendicular, mention this is the perpendicular distance of point P from the fixed line directrix x equals to minus 6, and surely you will have full marks, complete marks. समझ में आई बात? अगर देखो, अगर आप ऐसे लिखते हो ना, if you will write down directly कि f equal to 6 comma 0, this is this, and y equals to, so a equal to 6 and y square equals to this. So examiner can deduct your marks because we have remembered something. भाई बात समझ में? इसको सॉल्व करने के बाद आपको आंसर पता है, इट इज y square equal to 24x for sure. And this is the reason why I have told you the condition, so that we can express our answer in the examination in much better form. बेटा 1 मार्क का सवाल है तो you should write down directly. If the question is of 1 mark, directly write down a equal to 6 and y square equal to 24x. There is no issue. Just write down 3-4 steps to explain something. Okay, but if the question is of 2 marks, 3 marks, 4 marks or 5 marks, I think that you should go by a proper method. You should explain what do you know about the parabola. In a parabola, a variable point or any point that lies on the parabola will have the same distance from the fixed line and from the fixed point. Okay, I hope this is clear. Now next question, same way again, this is the same way. Focus is 0 comma minus 3. I will tell you one more. Focus equal to 0 comma minus 3. What is given? Given that focus is 0 comma minus 3. Okay, and what is the equation of the directrix? It's y equal to 3. So what you will do, you guys will write down in exactly same way. आपको बिल्कुल वैसे ही लिखना है जैसे लास्ट क्वेश्चन में लिखा था. ठीक है, तो यहां पर मैं इसको ढंग से लिख देता हूं. What exactly is given? Focus is 0 comma minus 3 and the directrix equation was y equal to 3. Now you will draw something like this. This is 0 comma, show it what exactly you are drawing, and this is y equal to 3, and you will pick a point. Let's say this is point P, and you will show that the perpendicular distance, this distance is 3 and this distance is y. Okay, so you will write down that y plus 3 modulus will be equals to distance of this point. This is x comma 0, so x minus 0 whole square plus y minus of minus 3 whole square. So ultimately what you will have, you will write down over here. यहां पर आप ये चीज लिखोगे. ठीक है, तो यहां पर आप ये लिख दो, ये आप क्या लिखोगे, x minus 0 whole square plus y minus of minus 3 plus 3 whole square. ठीक है, इसको आप लिखोगे बेटा, और ये आप पूरा डिस्टेंस कवर करोगे. लेकिन यहां पर एक छोटी सी बात, छोटी सी गलती जो हमने यहां पर की है, और ये आपको प्रॉब्लम कर सकती है. एंड व्हाट इज दैट गलती, व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम? सी, अगर आप इसको स्क्वायर करोगे, यू विल हैव y plus 3 whole square is equal to x square plus y plus 3 whole square. ये इससे कैंसिल हो जाएगा and you will just have x square, which is wrong. So where we have committed the mistake, that's what we wanted to know. Okay, that exactly we wanted to know. So instead of writing over here y plus 3, write down y minus 3 and I will tell you why. Okay, मैं आपको बताता हूं क्यों. देखो इसका लॉजिक क्या है इसके पीछे, इसको भी समझना बहुत जरूरी है. So what exactly is this? Y is, you know that y is below of the, this y coordinate is below of the x-axis. It will be for sure negative. It will be for sure negative, and if it is negative, then you will not subtract these two things. You will write it down as y minus 3. Now y is negative, minus y is positive, and positive plus positive, we are adding distances. हम लोग बेटा डिस्टेंस को ऐड कर रहे हैं. So this is why you will write down in such a manner, and you have to go by this method. बात समझ में आई? फिर से बता रहा हूं. See, what exactly we are counting over here is the distance. What exactly we are counting over here is the distance. Now, when we add distance, we should add the positive things, but we know y will be below x-axis, it will be negative. And the distance is this. So, we will write down minus of the y. Minus y is positive. Now, we can say 3 plus minus y. And now, when you will add this, finally, what answer you will have is x square minus 12y. इसको आप solve कर लेना बेटा. This will be equals to y square equal to 4ay, or you can say y square equal to minus 12y. Now, if this is of 1 mark, directly write down a equal to minus 3. But if it is of 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 marks, write down, I'm sorry, you will write down in this such a way. Clear? So, फटाफट से write down in the chat box if it is clear what I have explained till now. क्या सारी चीजें आपको समझ में आई हैं? Yes or no? Now, next thing is vertex 0,0 and focus is 3,0. Now, what is given? Write down. It is given that in the same manner how you will write down your answer in the examination. It is given that vertex is 0,0 and focus is 3,0. ठीक है? Vertex is 0,0 and focus is 3,0. What is the meaning of the vertex? Vertex is the midpoint of the focus and the point which is the intersection of vertex is 0,0. It is given and focus is 3,0 and draw a figure. आप एक फिगर बनाओगे. हमेशा आपको फिगर बनाना है in the conic section. This point is 0,0. This point is 3,0. And now you will mention over here that this is the midpoint. Midpoint of what? Midpoint of this line and this line, and you will mention that this is minus 3,0. But you have to show it. You have to explain what is the vertex. Vertex is the midpoint of focus and line and the point which is the intersection of the directrix and the axis of the parabola for sure. अच्छा एक और बात, what is the axis of the parabola? I will explain over here, and you will write down guys this in your notebook that what is the axis. Axis of the parabola, you will write down this in your notes. What is the axis of parabola? Axis of parabola is a line joining focus and vertex is the axis of the parabola. ठीक है? And you can mention over here what is the another form? A line passing through कहां से? Focus and perpendicular to directrix. ठीक है? ये दो चीजें हैं जो हमें यहां पर देखनी है. You can use any information. So you will mention over there each and everything you should mention in the examination. That this is the midpoint and you will assume this particular point. And how you will assume? आपको ये assume करना पड़ेगा. That and you will mention that this is the axis of the parabola. Why this is the axis of the parabola? Mention over here. Why this is the axis of parabola? Because line joining vertex in the focus is the axis of the parabola. This point is the h comma 0 and this is the midpoint. Each and everything we have. Now sectional formula h plus 3 by 2, h plus 3 by 2 is 0. So from here h equal to minus 3 and similarly k plus 0 by 2 is equal to 0 and mention that this is a sectional formula. Fine. How you will write down your answers? Okay. मैं अभी आपको clue दे रहा हूं. We will have a separate session for each chapter where I will show you how exactly you will write down your answers. But as of now, I am just giving you a basic clue that you will write down, give up that thing. You will draw the diagram. You will write down each and everything which whatever you are writing. Like why we are applying the section formula, this one, because this is the midpoint. Why this is h comma 0 and why this is midpoint? Because this is the axis of the parabola and this point is the intersection of the directrix and the axis of parabola. Fine. And now you can directly say that a is equal to 3. If this is 1 mark question, you can directly say a equal to 3. Okay, and you can directly write down y square equals to 12x because a equal to 3. I hope this is clear to you. Yes, and Now, next question is exactly based on this. Vertex is given, axis is along x-axis. Now, focus is not given. So, in such a case, what we need to do? See, it is given that axis of the parabola is x-axis. This is vertex 0, 0. On the basis of the given information, we have write down the answer. Now, this is the last question which I am explaining in the answer writing form. Given that, what is given? It is given that vertex is 0, 0. And what is given? That axis of parabola. It is given as x-axis. So now you will draw the figure and you will mention in that this is the axis of the parabola. Okay. This particular line, let me draw it again. Okay. This is the axis of the parabola which I will draw in the red color, and you will mention the vertex. Okay. This is the axis of the parabola in the red color. This is the vertex 0, 0. And now you can mention that about the axis of the parabola is symmetric. So equation of the line is y square equal to 4ax. Clear? Now from here, and it is given, what is given? That this passes through, it is also given passes through 2, 3. Put this point over here. What exactly you will have, guys? 3 square equal to 4a into 2. And from here you will have a equals to 9/8. ठीक है, आपका ये आंसर आएगा equal to 9/8. You will put over here, and final equation is y square equals to, you will have it as 4 into 9/8. इसको आप सॉल्व करोगे, ये आपका आंसर आएगा y square equals to 9/2x. 9/2x ये आप लिख लो. ठीक है, ये आपका आंसर हो जाएगा. But the proper way of answering, given that the vertex 0, axis is given. According to it, we will draw the figure. After drawing the figure, you will write down the conclusion. Why you are drawing such kind of figure? Because about the axis, parabola is symmetric. Okay, and this is why this is the standard form, the parabola. And since it is passing through, it is given that it passes through 2, 3. So point this will satisfy this equation. You will put inside of it, you will have the value of a, and then you will have the equation of the parabola. ठीक है, ये हमने चारों क्वेश्चन कर लिए. Now next question is of the same pattern, equation of the parabola which is symmetric about y-axis. इसके symmetric है. Okay. Now see, I will call this question incomplete, and you will call this question incomplete. Why? Because I need one more information. Why? मैं आपको बताता हूं क्यों मैंने इस क्वेश्चन को इनकम्प्लीट बोला, और यहां से आपको मतलब समझ में आएगा कि ऐसा क्यों हुआ. अब देखो, यहां पर एक बात लिखी हुई है that axis of the parabola is given only. ठीक है, और कुछ नहीं दिया हुआ है. Axis of the parabola, this y-axis, this red color line is the axis of parabola. Now parabola can be here, parabola can be here, parabola can be like this, parabola can be like this. It does not matter. So it should be given over there. It should be given over there. Vertex is 0, 0. तभी आप इसको नीचे लेकर आ पाओगे, and you will draw this parabola. अब आप ये बना सकते हो. It is not given. So if it is not given, you have to assume. Assuming vertex is 0, 0. And now you can write down the equation yx square equal to 4ay. And now put the point and you will get the answer. I'm not explaining this question. Last question is very important. Question number 10. Okay, this is question number 10. And what is this question? Let me write down over here. That we need to calculate. You will have such kind of question in your examination, where we will have a mix-up of the parabola or any other conic section with some other geometrical figure. So this question is a mix-up of parabola and a triangle. So this is very, very important question. And before we proceed, you will write down, this is how we will do. Okay, मैं आपको ड्रॉ करके दिखा देता हूं बेटा कि इस क्वेश्चन को कैसे करना है. ठीक है, और लेट्स डू वन थिंग. देखो, ये आपका लाइन है. ठीक है, ये आपका फिगर है. एक्स स्क्वायर इक्वल टू 12y. What does it mean? You can draw the parabola in this particular format. ये मैं आपको रफ फिगर ड्रॉ करके दिखा रहा हूं. This is x square equal to 12y. That means the focus x square is equals to 12y. ये आपके सामने है x square equal to 12y. Now, what is the general equation? X square equal to 4ay. And from here we can say that this is 4a. What is 4a? 4a is the length of lattice rectum. Yes. So from here I can say this point is 0, 3. ये point क्या है बेटा? ये point है 0, 3. Fine. And I will draw what is given in the question, that joining the end point of lattice rectum with vertex, इसके साथ join करना है. So joining the length end points of the lattice rectum with the vertex, ये आपको approximate figure में draw किया. Now what is the area of a triangle? Area of a triangle is half into, क्या होता है बेटा? Half into base into height. Half into base into height. अब मैं आपसे पूछूंगा बेस क्या है इस ट्राइंगल का. What is the base? Base is the lattice rectum. And what is the length of the lattice rectum? It is the coefficient of the linear variable. So यहां से मैं डायरेक्टली लिख सकता हूं, this is equals to 1/2. Okay, 1/2 multiply. What is the base? Base is the length of the lattice rectum. And what is the length of the lattice rectum? It is the coefficient of the linear variable, which is 12 over here. Now what is the height? What is the height? This is the height. And the coordinate of this particular point is 0, 3. What is the meaning of the coordinate? Again फिर से आपके सामने आया. What is the meaning of the coordinate? 0, 3 is at the 0 distance from the y-axis. Exactly. That is why this is lie on the y-axis. And y coordinate means this is at the distance of 3 units from the x-axis, and this distance is the height. So we will write down over here, the height is 3, and the area of the complete triangle is 12 into 3 into half, which is equals to 18 units. Okay, but guys, you will write down your answer in your board in a proper manner. How? Given that x square equals to 12y, this is the first thing. Okay, given that x square equal to 12y, what to find out? To find out the area of a triangle. And now you do not have to write down the complete statement. You will mention over here, this is point O, this is point A, this is point B. You will write down to find out area of triangle OAB, where AB is the lattice rectum and O is the vertex. This is how you will define. Now you will write down that as we know that area of the triangle is half into base into height. In the given triangle OAB, base is AB and AB is the lattice rectum. So length of the lattice rectum is 4a equal to 12. And height is the distance of the vertex from the focus is 3, which is OD. Let's call it D. And this is how you will put the values and you will have the answer. I hope in this session you have learned all the basic formulas, all the basic things of the parabola. I will show you each and everything again what we have done. This slide. In this slide you will have two kind of equation, y square equal to 4x, x square equal to 4ay. Focus a comma 0, 0 comma a. For x-axis is the axis of parabola. What is the axis of parabola? It is a line joining vertex and the focus, or a line which is perpendicular to directrix and passing through focus or vertex. Here it's y-axis. Vertex is 0, 0 in both the case. Length of lattice rectum is 4a in both the case. Equation of directrix is x equal to minus a in the first case and y equal to minus a in the second case. And the value of a will define what is the opening. So if a is greater than 0, in both the case, if a is greater than 0, opening is towards the positive direction. If a is less than 0, opening is towards the negative x direction. This is all the theory that you need to know in the case of the parabola, and you should also know from where we have derived this equation. So I am writing over here PD equals to PF. for both the case and for all the case. PD equals to PA. What is the meaning of PDPF? PD is the distance of a variable point from a fixed line, which we call as directrix, and PF is the distance of a variable point from the fixed point, which we call as focus. And we know how to calculate the distance of a point from the line, distance of a point from another point. So guys, this is all for today's lecture, and you already know the Vedantu Pro Subscription plan, and you will check it out. Link is in the description box. You know the code ADAPRO, and most important thing, in the description box it is given a Telegram link. So you guys will click on the link, join the Telegram channel. Over there you will have the content of all the 4 subjects, which is all the 8 or 7 subjects which has been, or which is taken by Disha ma'am, Sheetal ma'am, Neha ma'am, and by me. All the subjects on over here on the Telegram. You will have all the future notification over there. You will solve daily quizzes from all the subjects on the Telegram, and you will have the basic facts on the Telegram. So this is why it's very important. So it is all on this session. Like the video if you love the whole session, subscribe it for the future notification, and share it to the person who needs it most. So tada, bye bye from all of you, and this is all for today. Vedantu Commerce, take care.